So, a very good evening, everyone. And this is Devapradeep Vasala, a beta MLSA from Pragati Engineering College, Andhra Pradesh. So, today I am going to start a session about Microsoft Azure Fundamentals, also called as AZ900. So, now I am going to present my screen. So, just a minute. So, I think my screen is visible to you all. So, now coming to the Microsoft Azure Fundamentals. So, there are so many technologies there. One of the technologies called cloud computing. So Azure Fundamentals is all about this cloud. Uh, so first of all, I want to give you a brief introduction about the cloud computing and about what are the types of cloud computing. So then you can understand well. So I'm going to sit down. So cloud computing is services that are provided through internet. So for example, I can say that, for example, if you want to store your data, or if you want to manage your data or retrieve your data, or you want to share the data from one person to another person, so all this can be possible through cloud only. So if you want to manage it on your own, it can be called as on premises. If you want to share it as through cloud services, it is called uh, public cloud or private cloud or a hybrid cloud, whatever it is you can call it. So basically cloud computing is all about the sharing or mm, um, sharing of services through the internet. That's it. So now coming to my uh, topic, like what are the types of cloud, and next what are the types of services provided by the cloud. So today I'm going to give you an introduction about what are the topics involved in the Microsoft Azure's fundamental certification. So after your completion of this course, you can start your certification after this course. So this certification involves nearly four subtopics. For the first one is cloud concepts. It's all about the types of cloud computing, and also the types of services that are involved in the cloud computing. And next one is core Azure services. The core Azure services include the computing options and the data storage options, and also the networking options and architecture and service guarantees in that. So, and the third concept is security, privacy, compliance, and trust. So, in this, we can see that uh, subtopic itself says about the security. So, which is all about the security or the services that are provided for our data or for our any kind of networking, like miles or anything. So privacy, security, and trust is all about the same topics, but it's different criteria for different data types. And next, the fourth one is Azure pricing and service level agreements and life cycle. So this is an advanced topic regarding the Azure fundamentals. So in this topic, like in this concepts, we can see as a basic purpose. So now coming to the next slide. So in the Azure fundamental certification, each one having some weightage to write the exam. So the first one, the Azure Cloud Concepts itself weights around 15 to 20%. So it's a basic and introduction part. And next one is Azure Core Services. So it having nearly around 30 to 35% weightage. And also security, privacy, and compliance and trust. It is having weightage of 25 to 30 percentage. And also Azure pricing, service level agreements, and life cycle. It is having a weightage of 20 to 25%. So if you focus on all the three concepts on above, so we can easily manage to complete the exam certification. So it will be beneficial for us to complete the other certifications such as Power Platform Fundamentals, Azure AI Fundamentals, Azure Data Fundamentals. So hope you can understand that this certification is all about the cloud computing introduction. So after this completion of the certification, you can start the other certifications like AI engineer, Azure developer, and also Azure administrator. So this is the fundamental and basic certification you have to do before the uh, completing the other roles and other certifications. So next one, first one is the today I'm going to start the session about the cloud concepts. So In this cloud concepts, we can learn about the benefits of the cloud computing, and also the differences between the services of cloud computing, and also different types of clouds. So first thing, benefits. So whatever the technology we are using is all about the basic like it covers our basic needs and make our life easy and sustainable. So that's why we are using technology like artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, and some networking things, computer networks, and data mining, whatever the technology it is. So we are using all these things for a particular benefit or particular uses. So every technology have its own purpose and have its own benefit. So when you're coming to the cloud computing, it is all about the terms such as it is high available in nature, and also it's scalable in nature, and it's having elasticity and agility and fault tolerance and disaster recovery. So high availability means you can manage it in everywhere from the world. So for example, you are using the cloud services in India, and also you can use it in from another country also. So it is available in every country and in every place. So through the cloud services, we can manage it from anywhere on this earth, and also scalable nature. So for example, you have a requirement of 1,000 VM instances for your company. If you want to decrease the VM instances for your computing, so then you can manage it to decrease or increase this instances based on your requirement. So that is called as scalability in nature. Elasticity, this is all about the increase or decreasing. Scalability and elasticity both are same in meaning, but scalability means we can measure and increase the things. Elasticity means we can decrease or increase the things. So next, agility. Agility is nothing but the performance, whatever the thing, the fast movement or any speed in nature. So in cloud computing, it doesn't take that much time to complete the services or anything. It nearly takes around 5 to 10 minutes, or within a span of 2 to 10 days, to complete the services or manage the services and all. So fault tolerance. If in any case, if your data got lost, or if in any case your data got hacked by any other person, so it can be managed or recovered by that cloud. So it is fault tolerant. That's why it's called fault tolerance in nature. And disaster recovery. For example, if the cloud servers like like anything happened, so the data is all stored in the desktop, like servers and everything in cloud. So it is having disaster recovery. So these are the terms that are having in for cloud computing we have to use. Also called as the benefits of the cloud computing. So the next one is principles of economies of scale. For example, if you want to start your own company, so it needs some server, or it needs some website, or an application, and also some workforce, and also some management, and so all these things need some kind of capital. So it takes so much amount to set up a particular company. And also, if you want to available to all the persons throughout the world or throughout the nation, it needs some high availability of our services. So at that time, if you want to use the cloud, means it will be beneficial for us. So it makes this uh, it will be like around, for example, if you want to set up our own server, it takes around 50 to 60 lakhs. So if you want to use the cloud services, means it's around, it's like billing, like rental services. For example, if we are paying 50 to 60,000 per month. So whatever the thing, if you want to set up our own, takes more amount. And also that management and the disaster recovery, it is not possible at that time. And we are only solely responsible for the data and the loss of the losing of data. So if you are like relying on some other personal cloud services, like for example, Microsoft Azure is the world's first cloud service, which is having around 60% of the market. And also some other services like Google Cloud Platform, AWS services, SAP Cloud, Intel Cloud, and Alibaba Cloud. So there are so many clouds. So in that, the cheap and the best cloud is the Azure Cloud. So that's why most of the companies are preferring the Azure Cloud itself. So it's sustainable and also easy to manage and all. So next one, the third thing in benefits is capital expenditure, capex, and operational expenditure, opex. So capital expenditure. Before I said that if you want to manage on our own, and it is called as capital, whatever it is in on premises. So if you want to perform like invest on the like If you want to invest on services like cloud from other companies and relying on others means it is called operational expenditure. So both are same, but managing in coming to managing, it will be both are different. So next one is consumption based model. So consumption based model means whatever the thing you have consumed, like whatever the resources you have used in the cloud, you have to pay for that thing only. Otherwise, you don't need to pay anything for that cloud services. So next, coming to the differences between the types of services. So I can here I want to say just a brief sentence, like not about brief. I'm giving a single sentence about the services and all. In next slides, I can give you a proper example and proper that structure of the syllabus and all. So just give me a second. So next, coming to the infrastructure as a service, we are giving our infrastructure to provide a service, and next one is platform as a service. We are giving our platform to manage the services. Next one is software as a service. We are providing a software to provide the services to the particular person or the client or any company. That's it. So next, coming to the types of clouds: public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud. Public cloud itself means it is available to everyone, and anyone can access the public cloud. Private cloud, it itself manages on its own company or within the building or within the company. So no other person or extraterrestrial person cannot manage or access this particular cloud. So now coming to the hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud is the combination of both public cloud and private cloud. So when coming to the public and private clouds, so these are everything is surrounding us, but hybrid cloud is different from us, because in public hybrid cloud, different companies and different MNCs are involved, and they're using the shared policy of cloud services. So within the company, a company having private resources, at the same time it is having the public resources. For example, I can say that uh, in Google, they are having the Google cloud services. So we are using everybody is using the Google for searching of internet. So in that sense, everybody can access the Google for searching the data or managing the data. So when coming to the Google cloud services, like Google cloud platform, or like coming to the Azure platform, AWS platform, it is having some private. So they're having some private website and private access credentials, login credentials. So their company data is stored in that particular services. So we can't access that particular type data. Only the person with authorization or administrator can access the data. So at that time, hybrid cloud itself manages as a private cloud, and at the same time it's a public cloud. That's it. So comparing conscious. So now coming to the next slides. So cloud agility. Cloud agility is the ability to rapidly change an IT infrastructure in order to adapt to the evolving needs of business. So if your services peaks one month, you can scale to demand and pay a larger bill for the month. If the following month the demand drops, you can reduce the user resources or charge it less. So in cloud agility, so if you want to improve ourselves, or if you want to grow faster, so we can increase our resources and manage the company properly, so then we can get benefits and profits from the particular resources. So after the completion of the work, so we can decrease the particular type of resources, so then we can manage the proper budget and economy of the company. So that is called as cloud agility. Next, cloud high availability, the ability of the application to continue running in a healthy state without significant downtime. By healthy state, we mean the application is responsive and users can connect to the application and interact with it. So whatever the person will be in any place, or also will be in any particular region or any country, so the person can still able to use the particular service, and person can still able to log in and check the data. So this is all about high availability. Now coming to elasticity, automatically add or remove resources based on demand. We have the demand of resources, we can add the resources to our cloud services. If we don't need it, we can remove that. So based on it, we can manage our budget according to our requirement. That's it. Now coming to the agility. So the agility is nothing but the system is easy to evolve as business changes. So this defines a degree to which your application can be evolved, changed, modified depending on businesses or requirement change. So what are the topics previously high availability or agility? Those are the same repeated here. So in that we can see that, so when coming, why the high availability concept itself includes, for example, if there is a like failure in particular server. So for if that means if we want to access that particular resource, if it is not available means then it will be problem for us and also problem for the particular clients. So the cloud itself manages the load balancing system. So like for example, if a resource allocator in a particular region dropped or damaged means automatically the data of the particular copy of the resources is also stored in the another region. So it will be connected to another region. So when that time it will be easier for us to access the resource. So it is managing the hardware failures and application updates. So based on the requirement or based on the demand, we are using the resources and everything. So in order to manage the resources, we need to update our resources, like the version of the system and also the upgrading of systems. So all can be managed automatically through agility. Also configuration changes, OS update restarts, heavy load restarts, so all can be managed in the agility through high availability of the program cloud. So now coming to the next one, scalability. So scalability itself called as increase or decrease of the resources and services used based on the demand or workload at any given time. Vertical scaling up, add more resources to existing servers. Horizontal scaling, scaling out, add more servers. So, so in that we are seeing the words like scaling up, vertical scaling, and also scaling out, horizontal scaling. So this is all about vertical scaling, the process of adding resources to increase the power of an existing server. So, for example, our server capacity is around 10,000 users. So, if we want to increase the capacity of our systems to 1 lakh users or 10 lakh users, so for example, you can see that in Flipkart Bonanza or Amazon Great Indian Festival time. So the normal usual traffic is around a particular day, and average day is around 5 lakhs to 10 lakh persons. But in that particular day, it's around 50 to 60 lakhs persons. So the whole Amazon servers can't manage, or whole Flipkart server cannot manage the particular traffic. So at that time, the power of the servers can be increased through vertical scaling. So it is adding up a faster CPU, additional CPU, and more memory to the particular servers. And also horizontal scaling, scaling out, the process of adding more servers that function together as one unit. So this is all about called, I can say that VM instances. VM instances is all about a single unit that can manage the resources of compute engine. So I think you can understand the difference between the scaling up and scaling out. Now coming to the next slide. So the same thing is repeated here, the scalability. It can be termed as the application ability to application to handle growing amount of work without degrading the performance. Basically, system can grow without limits based on the demand. So vertical scaling up or horizontal scale out. That's it. So the same thing repeated here also. So there is nothing to explain again. The adding of the computing power is nothing of scaling up. The adding of the servers is nothing but scale out. That's it. So now coming to the fault tolerance. Fault tolerance is nothing but redundancy is often built in cloud services architectures. So if one component fails, a backup component takes its place. So this is referred to as fault tolerance, and it ensures that your customers are not impacted when unexpected accidents occurs. So in that fault tolerance or disaster recovery, both means same, but different like particular different. I'm forgetting the word. Sorry. So fault tolerance itself say that it can manage the any accident, or it can any like before any occurring the any accident or particular thing, it can easily mitigate the particular thing or accident. Disaster recovery, it's also called post accident, after the if anything server crashed or any data lost, so everything happened means when that time that data can be easily recovered from the cloud. If it is in a particular on-premises server means it is not possible to access the data or not possible to revert the particular action. So but in cloud computing it is easier for us to manage the things. So next coming to the economies of scale. So it's nothing but economies of scale is the ability to do things more efficiently or at a lower cost per unit when operating a larger scale. So, for example, the ability to acquire hardware at a lower cost than if you single user or small business were purchasing it. Cloud providers can also make deals with local governments and utilities to get tax savings. So lower pricing on power, cooling, and high-speed network connectivity between sites. So it's all about going to the requirement and demand. So when there is a demand, there is a requirement. When there is no requirement, there is no demand at a particular place. So in order to manage this formula, so the economics of scale means if you want to invest or in a particular place or any region means we have to follow some particular guidance or rules. So it needs some, like for example, if you want to set up a windmill, so it is having some, there is no obstacles to stop the air, and also it is in open area, and also it is having 24 hours availability of air and everything all, and it is also in high altitude area. So like this, if it is in cloud service also having some restrictions or rules to set up a particular region. So in order to use this particular services, we have to manage some things to perform the things. So next, coming to the capital expenditure. Capital expenditure is the spending of money on physical infrastructure upfront, then deducting the expenses from your tax bill over time. So capex is an upfront cost which has a value that reduces over time. So capital expenditure is a one-time investment which is managing the company at the earlier stage. So it is the one-time investment means it is having a huge amount. So it's about cloud services or managing the management or also salaries of the persons or whatever it is in a particular organization or a company. It is playing a crucial role. So operational expenditure. OPEX is spending money on services or products now and being billed for them now. You can deduct this expense from our tax bill in the same year. That there is no upfront cost. You can pay as a service or products you use it. So for example, the company is moving like around 5 years, 6 years, it's going on. So every year they're going to give the salaries, every year they're going to pay the electricity bills, every year they're going to pay the like cloud services bills and the software bills, whatever it is. So like this, they're going to pay the bills throughout the year. So at that thing, it is called as operational expenditure. The operations are performed throughout the year. So for that operations, we are going to pay the budget or money or anything. So next, coming to the, so the same thing called pay as you go model, whatever it is, the same thing is happened here. Next, coming to the types of services in cloud models. So the first one is infrastructure as a service, shared responsibility model, also called as shared responsibility model. So the infrastructure as a service is the most flexible category of cloud services. It aims to give you complete control over the hardware that runs your application. So IT infrastructure, servers and virtual machines, VMs, storage networks, and operating systems. So for example, so if I just read the particular sentence means you can't understand it. So I can give you, that's why I'm giving some proper examples to understand the things and all. So next, coming to the infrastructure as a service. In this, for example, a company, particular company like X company is managing the servers, having the servers, and it is having some workforce. It is having some like virtual machines, storage networks, computer networks, and operating system, whatever it is, it's all under cloud computing. Whatever the thing that is having in a company, it is used by some other company. So through rental shared responsibility model, the company itself on premises, it is managing the resource and all, but it is giving allocating the resources to the some other company in a monthly billed manner. So some the other companies not owning the things, they can share the things in the particular server or anything. So it is all about the physical infrastructure and the services that are directly managed or used by the companies. So next one is platform as a service. PaaS provides an environment for building, testing, and deploying software applications. So the goal of the PaaS is to help you create an application quickly without managing and underlying the infrastructure. For example, you are the software developer, so you are managing to do like writing the code and deploying the code and all. So you need a platform to do all these things. So the particular platform, it is called as cloud. So in this, you are in proper sense, you can call this as a hosting of the web application in a cloud, or a hosting of an application in the cloud. So the platform as a service itself manages the, is a mediator between the host and client, and it is managing as a mediator. So this platform itself manages the code and the code operations and deploying and development and everything. So we can call it as a mediator. Next one is software as a service. The SaaS is a software that is certainly hosted and managed for the end customer. So all of the persons are having the mobile applications and laptops and everything. So everybody is using the softwares for different purposes. For example, I'm using AnyDesk for remote desktop services, and I'm using the WhatsApp for texting and sharing the images or videos of a particular person. So it is called as end product, which is directly managed by the end customer. So it is usually based on the architecture where one version of the application is used for all customers and licensed through monthly or annual subscription. So for example, you are using an YouTube premium. So it is billed annually or monthly. So you have to pay for the premium around 365 to 370 per month. So it is called software as a service. In all these things, infrastructure, platform, and software, we have to pay the things for what we have to use in software, in platform, or infrastructure, so that it can get billed through annually or monthly. So that's all about the services that are involved in the majorly involved in the cloud. So there are some other services like DaaS, data as a service, next SaaS, storage as a service, next SecAS, security as a service, and some other things like some other services also there. But these are the major services that are involved in the cloud computing. So these are the things that are having images, like you can see that uh, IIS is all about the so hosting of the amazing major hosting of all the applications. Next platform is building, like building and hosting all, like development and deploying of the applications. Next software as a service is all about the consuming of the end product of things. So that's all about it. Next complete. So separation of responsibilities. So in here we can see that when we are host, like this is the called of shared responsibility model. What we have to say is, in that we can see that what are the things you we manage and what are the things that the cloud service provider manage. So in our in general sense, we can say that the responsibility of the data or the responsibility of the resources, whatever the thing we have stored or whatever the thing managed. So in on premises, so it is managed directly by us. So whatever the server or whatever the thing, in that everything solely the applications, the data, the runtime, middleware, operating system, virtualization, servers, storage, networking, all the things will be directly managed by us. So we are solely responsible for the particular resource. So if anything happened or if any server crashed, we are the solely responsible for the particular data and everything. So next, coming to the infrastructure as a service, in that only we are responsible for that applications, data, runtime, middleware, and operating system, because we are directly providing the cloud services to the particular person, but our particular organization. But we are not managing the virtualization, servers, storage, and networking. So it is managed by the particular client, whatever the thing they paid for. If they paid for 500 GB, they will allocate 500 GB for that particular client. If they paid for 1 TB, they are going to pay for that 1 TB. So whatever the thing, the company is managed only for virtualization, servers, and storage and networking. And the application, data, runtime, operating system is managed directly by us. So we are only responsible for that thing. So next one is platform as a service. In that, the application we are using by the particular person, like created by the other person, and the data we are storing in it. These things, these two things only we are managing. The whatever the thing, the operating system, these are not managed by us. The whole thing is Azure managed it. Next one, software as a service. In this, we are just using the or consuming the particular resource. We are not doing anything or not managing or anything in that particular thing. So just we are using it. So next we're coming to the types of clouds. Next, public cloud, the most common. So this is the most common deployment model. In this case, you have no local hardware to manage or keep up to date. Everything runs on your cloud provider's hardware. So previously I said about it. So the Google. So Google is having a largest number of data resources and data in it. So we are just searching the data and getting the data from that Google. So it is like managing as a public cloud. So everything is available there and anyone can access it. Next, coming to the private cloud, second most common thing. So if you need some private, like privacy or trust or security regarding our our services or the data regarding us. So then we are going to move to private cloud. In the private cloud, you create a cloud environment in your own data center and provide self-service access to compute resources to users in your organization. So next, coming to the hybrid cloud, stepping stone to segmenting or cloud bursting. So this is having it is also called as the combination of public cloud and private cloud. So a hybrid cloud combines of public and private clouds, allowing you to run your applications in most appropriate location. So it having public organizations data and as well as private organizations data. But public data don't need any access or authorization to access it, but private organizations, private cloud data need an authorization of the particular resources. So that's it about further things like types of Azure service, types of services, and types of clouds, and what are the things that are the benefits we are from benefited from the cloud services and all. So that's all about it, I think. No. So next one. Sorry. So starting from the starting, I said that cloud computing. So this is all about the information about the cloud computing. Cloud computing is basically a great level of abstraction over the infrastructure that can help you to focus more on your business logic without having to worry about hosting or infrastructure needs. So the best example we can say about the from all this matter we can say is, for example, you are running your own business. You have to manage your own website, create a one website, and deploy the one website, and you have to manage all the things. So in order to manage and all these things, we are going to go for cloud services. So it is on easy to manage and it is easy to update, deploy, and everything. So cloud services are the major things. In previously cloud before cloud computing, we are using distributed computing. So we can see that. So one computing is like one computer is interlinked with another computer, and all the computers are talked together, and it is having a main thing called server. So those are the things. So in cloud computing, there are cloud services. Previously, we are said about IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. Next, Azure Web Apps. So these are called as applications like websites or web apps and Azure application like mobile applications, whatever it is. These are all comes under Azure Web Apps. So next, coming to Azure Virtual Machines. A virtual machines is an instance which is operating like RAM, storage, or also the capacity of the particular resource is all managed by the virtual machines only. So next, main details provided. So these are all can see that. So the server which is majorly running about operating systems, runtime, testing, and also development and deployment, virtualization. So these are the major things that are involved in the cloud servers. So servers hardware with server OS for various server like dev, quality analyst, and UAT production and failover. So database servers and licenses. So these are all about the cloud computing, but we don't need that much. We don't need that much information about this. So I have can mention that if you have any doubt regarding it, I can share the PPT through a drive link to you, so you can check that. So that's all about cloud computing. Cloud computing is nothing but the sharing of resources or the services through the internet. That's it. So next, what are the benefits and advantages? As I said, scalability, elasticity, reliability, global secure. All these things are involved in the cloud computing. That's why we are using the cloud. That's it. So tomorrow I'm going to explain about the Azure core services. So that's all for now. So so still I have some time to explain about. So just a minute. So nobody messaged us. Like if anybody have doubts, please keep in the chat. Yeah, I know anybody. Okay. So here, some person asked us doubt regarding this. So, yeah. So, what is moving from capex to opex? So, uh, how can I say this? Means pay as you go. Like for example, whatever the thing means. For example, you enter a restaurant. So you are going to order some food, and you have to eat that, and you have paid for that particular food and everything, and the service is provided by the like waiter or waitress or anyone. So you have paid for the tip for them and you went out it. So the thing you have done is whatever the thing you have consumed, like food and the services from the waiters or waitress, and you have paid for the services and all food all, but you are not paying for the rent, but you are not paying the uh, electricity bill. So those are not your things. So whatever the thing you have consumed, you are going to pay for that thing. So it is called as pay as you go. What are the things you have consumed, pay for that, otherwise leave, that's it. So the next one is moving from capex to opex. So as I said before, that capital expenditure, it is the one-time investment that is happened at the starting of the organization or any initial stage of company. So in this capital expenditure, there is an involvement of capital in itself depicts that the land, labor, next land is essential part of the organization, and also capital like labor, the persons who are working in it, and the services, the electricity, whatever the thing, and also some major thing like salaries. All these things are involved in the capital expenditure because it is starting stage of the thing. So, in order to move from capital expenditure to operational expenditure, so this involves a crucial thing. So, the organization itself having the enough resources or enough expenditure to spend on the operational expenditure. Like it is a for previous days, it is going to manage the things from getting the service from other resource providers. Then it is going to buy or manage the directly server within on premises of the particular company. So at that time, the operational expenditure for the particular resources is negotiable, and also we can manage it on our own, and we have to pay for the. There is no chance when sorry for the confusion. So then there is no chance to pay for that other person or any other resource provider. So next, fault tolerance. It is the ability of the system to continue operating in full capacity and fully functional in the event of failures of some of its components. This simply means if I have a web application and interacting with the database, then if the database is not accessible down, still my web redundancy. So this is all some advanced concepts I am going to cover in Azure core services and security, privacy, and trust compliance point, and also in last topic that is pricing models of Microsoft Azure. So in that we can manage it all these things. So for this, I'm going just I started the introduction about the Microsoft Azure. So so I am Vasala Devi Pradeep. I'm beta MLSA. If you have any doubts regarding cloud concepts or anything, you can directly contact me in chat session, or if you can directly contact me through my email. I'm going to mention it in my description. So still we have some time. So what are the thing? If you have any doubts, please contact me. So the Azure, so I have forgot to say about some things. In Azure fundamentals, the major things we have to know about is the pricing models of Microsoft Azure, because the pricing models is having the highest uh, concept. Like these all these concepts are the basic concepts we can easily understand and manage these things, but the pricing model concept is much difficult to understand, and also you can carefully read again and again to understand the concept. And also how can I say, so in the topics of the exam, so today we have completed the cloud concepts like principles of cloud computing, and what are the things that are in the cloud computing, and what are the types of cloud computing, and the types of services that are involved in the cloud computing. So the best examples of the like the structure, the thing infrastructure as a service, like platform as a service, or software as a service is all around us only. The WhatsApp application, Instagram application, or the softwares that are directly the dev, like the websites that are used by Google Chrome, all are called as software as a service only. Next, the platform as a service itself, where we're going to write the code, or the we have to deploy the code, is all under some other platform. So that is called as So like we are going to write the code in C++ or in VS Code or in GitHub. We are going to upload it in GitHub. So they are going to act as a platform as a service. So then after infrastructure means infrastructure, it is solely managing the holding the managing, sorry, it is managing directly the resources and all without any issues or without any uh, problem. So if anything happened means the the organization itself responsible for that particular resources and data. So the tomorrow concepts includes core Azure services. It's all about the what is Azure and how Microsoft is working, and Azure architecture and service guarantees, and also Azure compute options. So previously I have said about the virtual machines or VMs. So those are concepts are all involved in the Azure compute options. So next, data storage options. So most of the persons are thinking about the cloud services is nothing but a storing of the data and using of the data in that cloud. So it's not like that. So the data storing options is differ from one system to another system, and one version to another version. So we have a lot to know about and learn about these things. So now the next one is networking options. So the networking includes so we are using the proper network, like there are two types of networks for us, like IPv4 and IPv6. So there is a limit to the particular number of networks. Those everybody having an IP address, and everybody having a local address and MAC address and everything. So if we want to provide the security, whatever the thing we are using and whatever the thing we are going to share, so in order to provide the security and privacy, we are using some IP address options. So there is a masked IP. So like these things there. So those are all things are involved in Azure networking options. So next concept is the security, responsibility, and trust in Azure. So these all comes under security. Those nowadays the hackers or hacktivists, some other different white hackers, black hat hackers, some other hackers are there. So in order to provide security to from all those malware, viruses, and hackers and all, we are providing some proper security and responsibility and in particular types of cloud services, and also control and organize and Azure resources with resource manager. So Azure resource manager is a tool which manages the resources through load balancing. So it is like it won't allocate more and it won't allocate less. Based on the requirement, it allocate properly. So now the next one is apply and monitor infrastructure standards with Azure policy. So this is the third. These are the concepts of the third chapter, and also the fourth concept is creating a Azure account. So in this pricing, as I said before, these three concepts are all proper like theoretical concepts. But here the Azure pricing and support means here we have to create a particular account and we are going to run it directly. So we have some practical session at the end of the chapter. So try to understand it and try to create a new account through Azure free Azure trial. So you can, if you are a student means you can easily access that particular account. So I can tell you the creating an Azure account and how to use managing service in Azure portal and Azure architecture and service guarantees and predict cost and optimize spending of for Azure. So I think these are the things that are majorly, I think, for today. These are the things that are essential for you to learn. So if you need anything, if other things like why cloud, or how AI is integrated in cloud, and ML Studio or data science things. So everything is managed in cloud. What are the technologies you are learning, like artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, IoT, all these things are managed through cloud computing only. So we can say that cloud is a combination of all the technologies, and it is the most used technology in current days. So try to learn as much as possible in practical ways, and try to understand in a suitable way. So if you still have any doubts, I'm here. So try to contact me. Uh, Still, I'm going to complete the session now. So if you don't have any doubts, I can complete the session. Okay. And one more thing, try to attend the tomorrow session as fast as possible. I'm going to conduct in morning session. So if you are free to attend, please continue. Okay, guys, thank you for attending the session. Thank you.